welcome back to the channel, Trophy Hunters. How's everyone doing today? Today I want to bring everyone a trophy roadmap guide for Without Escape. This is a point and click adventure game. Actually, it is an adventure game, but it's also a horror title that is going to be a super easy platinum. This one's either going to be 10 to 15 minutes to platinum this one if you use a guide, which I highly recommend you doing. In fact, that's the entire recommendation of this video, is to use a guide. This is just to give you a heads up on the game and how easy the trophies are. But let's take a look at the full roadmap together. Now, as I said at the top, guys, this is a roadmap for Without Escape, and I hummed and hard about doing this one versus just doing a full guide, but generally I don't do a full playthrough guide of games. I just do roadmaps for games. So this is kind of just pointing you towards that. Now, the game is easy. This is going to be a 15-minute platinum, and it's going to take you around, I mean, no more than that. Probably less if you use a full guide. If you play through the game naturally yourself, it's probably going to take you around an hour without a guide. The game's a 2 out of 10 because of that. With a guide, it's just a cakewalk, and there's no online trophies. There are missable trophies though before interacting with particular things in the environment, because there's some stuff that you don't necessarily need to interact with that have trophies tied to them, but you can still finish the game without it. There's no difficulty trophies, and there's no chapter select, so you'd have to play through the game again if you do miss one of them, but it's quick, so it's not going to take you a huge amount of time, and the game does only require a single playthrough to finish the platinum. There are 6 stacks for this one across North America, Asia, and Japan on both the PS4 and the PlayStation Vita. So the steps to platinum, and this is why I was kind of humming and hawing about making this guide in the first place, because literally the entire premise of platinuming this game is reliant on you going and finding another guide. However, I do recommend the one on psnprofiles.com. They have a really great guide up there in text form, as well as a video playthrough of the game, and you can just click on that and watch that whole guide or read through the text guide. Sometimes I find guides a little bit easier to read in text and then go and play it yourself rather than watch the video, pause the video, play the game. So you can go and do that. There are a couple of other video guides online as well if you want to check those out too, but you're going to need one of those if you want to platinum this in the most efficient amount of time possible. And I just didn't think it was, you know, I didn't really want to make a full roadmap guide. I just wanted to make the roadmap for this one like I do with all my games. So essentially look at a guide and nothing will be missable, and you'll be able to earn everything in about 10 minutes time. I might leave a link in the description below to the PSN Profiles guide so you can check that one out. There are also 3 missable trophies in the game, so if you decide to go about this game without a guide, everything is story related except for 3 trophies in the game. And those 3 trophies are for interacting with the slippers, because you don't have to do that, interacting with the television, because you also don't have to do that to finish the game, and then going up and down the stairs 10 times. Now, as long as you do those 3 trophies, as long as you obtain those 3 things and interact with those 3 things, then you can't miss anything else in the game. Everything else is story related, and everything else will come naturally. So even if you don't decide to use a guide to play through this game and you want to do it yourself, it's not going to take you that much longer to do. Just make sure you interact with those 3 objects, and you'll make sure you can guarantee the platinum on a single playthrough. Yeah, and that's kind of the notable trophies in the game. I don't think we'll have a separate image for that. I think we'll just keep it like this because it's easier to talk about that way. But I highly recommend just finding a guide, watching it for 10 minutes, or reading the guide and then just finishing this in 10 minutes, because it'll just make it so much quicker than having to play through it yourself. There are a lot of puzzles and confusing elements to it if you do decide to play it yourself, and it could just become frustrating, and the platinum might become blown out more difficult than it actually just needs to be. But yeah, that's the platinum for Without Escape. Neat little point and click adventure horror game that came out this year, 2020. With an easy platinum. So I recommend you guys checking this one out. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section below if you're going to be hunting for this one yourselves, if this is a game that you're going to be going after and getting a platinum trophy in. If you've just discovered the channel for whatever reason and you're new, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I make roadmap videos, normally a lot more detailed than this one, all the time, normally a couple of times a week, as well as looking at all the trophy news and PlayStation news and updates. So feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you join the family. That's all from me today, guys. I'm going to head off, and I'm working towards my 200th platinum at the moment, so going to continue working towards that. But have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video.